Hello and welcome to Bigshot Guides. My name is Jack, aka Jernabinoli, and today we're going to be talking about the magic resource in Nords Heroes of the North. The first thing you're going to want to do regarding this resource is build your magic mine. In order to do that, you will click on an empty building slot, and you will have the ability to build a magic mine. It will typically come up here if you have built all of your other buildings. I have already built mine, so that obviously there's no option. When you open up your magic mine, you're going to get a lot of options. Now this can seem really confusing at first, but this is going to be your most basic way to produce magic. Magic can be produced with a combination of fish, mushrooms, and time. The time really matters here because you can get different amounts for your time. So basically you can get different amounts per minute invested in producing it. The most efficient way to do it is going to be your 2-minute exchange time. Unfortunately, this requires you to be on the game every 2 minutes in order to be producing for 24 hours a day. But this ends up being, if you're doing it every 2 minutes for an hour, somewhere around 350 per hour. Whereas the bottom option, which you can't see here, but it takes 2,300 fish and mushroom in 23 hours, will only give you about 100, or exactly 100 per hour researched. I personally do the 23-hour option because I only log on once or twice a day and don't like wasting a lot of resources dumping in this, and it's easy to forget about. A lot of people will probably go with the 12-hour option or the 8-hour option because they log in that many times a day and can remember to do that. I personally, unfortunately, forget to do this quite a bit. The magic resource can be tracked various ways up here in your resource tab. And it'll come up when you open your magic mine, when you open up your units down here, etc. The other big way you can acquire magic is by going to your settlements and clicking on the magic mill. This acts just like any other settlement. Use offense to take it and defense to hold it, and it can be attacked by other players. So if you have a lot of offense and defense to burn and you want to take one of these from another player and hold it and try to collect those resources, go for it. It's a very good way to get a lot of extra magic. There are a lot of key advantages to magic. The first being that when you are raided, it cannot be taken from you like a normal resource can. So if somebody raids you, takes your fish, mushrooms, and fire ale, they don't take your magic. So it's nice if you get raided a lot because you have a resource that you can still build units with that's not going to get taken away from you. Another big benefit to magic is, as you noticed, it does not cost fire ale to make. So if you're low on fire ale or you're not using your fire ale, it's very easy to still produce units without using fire ale. The only way to spend this magic is to build units. You can't build buildings with it or anything as of right now. And I don't think that'll be implemented in the future, but hey, it could happen. The units that you will build are on the second page of all your units up here. I'll go through them one by one. The Enchanted Huntsman, which is a low-level offensive unit. The Imbued Arbalester, which is a low-level defensive unit. And for orcs, we have the Orc Blood Witch, which is obviously an orc defensive unit, and the Eldritch Behemoth, which is an orc offensive unit. For elves, all we have is the Avatar Viscarix. This I obviously do not have unlocked yet. In order to get these units, you have to research the proper blood pact equating to the unit. I have not yet done this one, but it is a very strong offensive elf unit. There is no defensive elf unit that you can build with magic. As for dragons, go over here, and you'll notice a couple here. You have your Drakling Ranger, your Spitewing, which are both scouting type units, and you have your Gruckback Spear Shooter, which is a very strong defensive unit. It is the strongest non-legendary defensive unit in the game, and the last one you will unlock. This will be a very, very good one to use if you are an obelisk defense type player. You're in a clan that holds obelisks. These are very strong units. But as I said, they will be the last that you unlock. We'll go through a blood packs here and show you where they're all at. Starts down here. Dark Wield is the first one you will get, and that is for your Enchanted Huntsman. and you can go down the line here and discover all these in order to build all of these units, finally ending in Brooding Caves, which gets you the Gruckback Spear Shooters. As I mentioned before, this is a very strong unit and something that you're going to want to be able to build eventually. I think this will conclude the guide on Magic. If anybody has any questions, please let me know in the comments below or PM me on Facebook. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you next time.